Zuma's court appearance has begun, and organizations in support of the former statesman have already set out activities such as a night vigil and a march ahead of the Durban High Court proceedings taking place tomorrow. Zuma will face 16 charges of corruption, money laundering, fraud and racketeering in relation to the arms deal. Political analyst and lecturer at the Tshwane University of Technology, Livhuwani Ndou, joins us this morning to have an analysis on this issue, and he joins us live from our studios in Pretoria. Bundo Ndimachironi, thank you so much for coming through.
Good morning to all the viewers at home.
Now, it's been a very lengthy road as far as these charges are concerned. How far has former President Jacob Zuma avoided these charges for so long, and how did that happen? Is it perhaps his former political power in office?
Well, I think there are a number of issues that one has to look at. Firstly, is that President Zuma had to use all the legal avenues available for him to avoid going to court. You'll recall that firstly, the charges were withdrawn, and also at the same time he made a number of representations in order for him to avoid going specifically to court. But also there has been a view that was saying that he had actually appointed people, including the leader of the NDP, who are quite sympathetic to him, and that actually made it very easy for him not to go and or face his case in court. But even though, with all the build-up that was actually happening, the final day had to come, unfortunately, and the day is actually right here with us.
Well, we do know that the former president has always maintained that he would like to have his day in court, and as you said, that of course is happening tomorrow. Now, let's look back to 2009 when the charges were dropped by the then Scorpions head, Livhuwani Ndou. Then they were reinstated by the NPA head, Tshwane Abrahams, recently. How much pressure do you think was exerted on Abrahams to make his decision? I mean, some people saying that he had to do this to save his integrity.
Well, obviously he had to save his integrity, but also you will recall that there has been a court decision that said the decision to withdraw the charges were actually irrational, and that would actually quickly ensure that the cases had to be reinstated. But also at the same time, there was a lot of pressure, not only from the people from Abraham's fraternity, but from ordinary members of the public who are saying that in South Africa we are all equal before the eyes of the law, and if there are these kind of allegations, the courts must be seen, or the legal system must be seen to be doing something. Also, on the other hand, you have a situation where some people are saying we need to be treated equally as all citizens because we take corruption very, very seriously, and any matter that is related to corruption has to be taken seriously, and the courts must be seen to be serious about corrupt activities. Whether you are the president or an ordinary citizen, something must be seen to be done in order to ensure that the law is seen to be having its upper hand.
Well, we've seen the former president coming out during the Easter celebrations at a church recently, basically saying that there's a conspiracy against him. What do you make of those allegations?
This is not for the first time that we'd hear a former President Zuma talking about conspiracy. But obviously, when you are in a situation similar to him, you would actually have something to talk about. But what is the fact here is that there are allegations against him, and these allegations must actually be proven in court. If there is a conspiracy, the courts are the ones that I think they should be able to make a pronouncement. There are people that were involved in this kind of activities, and some of them have actually been charged. And indeed, if there is a conspiracy, it's up to him and his legal team to go and prove that. But obviously, those who support him and those that who feel that is innocent actually have to buy that story in order for him to get the public sympathy.
And what do you make of the ANC's recent statement that whoever goes to court to support the former president tomorrow must do so on their personal capacities and they should not be wearing any ANC regalia? I mean, we've seen the former president's son, Edward, coming out saying, I'll be wearing my ANC T-shirt.
The ANC has been accused of being soft on corruption. And if you look at the discussions that took place in Nasrec, the ANC has re-emphasized that it's going to fight against corruption and not support anybody that is seen to be associated with corrupt activities. But then the ANC cannot be in control of the people who might decide to go and wear their regalias, because it is the very same ANC that would give their shirts to every ordinary citizen during their rallies and whilst they are campaigning. So that is something that they cannot be in control of. But also, the ANC has to make a statement as the leadership to say, because we want to be seen not to be in support of corrupt activities, we need to make a statement to say we are all actually not going to support our leader as a party, but people can actually go individually. And then to me, that to me does not actually mean anything, because they're actually saying that you can go as individuals but not representing the ANC. We still have a lot of people in South Africa who have got T-shirts of the ANC that have got the face of President Zuma saying vote ANC. And these people still have these shirts, and they see President Zuma. And when they see the face of President Zuma, they associate that face with the ANC. And that is something that the ANC cannot be in control of. I expect to see a lot of people wearing ANC shirts.
All right, I'm afraid we have to leave it at that. Ndou, thank you so much for coming through. Livhuwani Ndou, he is a lecturer and a political analyst, joining us live from our studios in Pretoria.